One of the projects that kind of stays on my radar because they're a solid privacy coin project is Arrow. They've been keeping really busy in this ugly market, and I saw some updates that they've been making and things, so I wanted to kind of take a look at what they've been up to. So let's get after it. What is up, savages? I am not going to interact with the chat just yet because I got some data to get through, some content to get through. So let's get to that part. Arrow, it launched in July of 2019, and it is as a truly private. I'm going to be able to talk. Just give me a second. As a truly private digital cash with a focus on end user interface, ease of use, and community involvement. It is a fork of Zcash with mandatory privacy that doesn't inherit any of the Zcash block height. It starts at block 1, so it's got its own Genesis block, and you can't turn off the privacy features. All the transactions are actually shielded. It's like privacy by default kind of thing. They're looking to make it real easy for users to transact privately, since they believe privacy is a fundamental human right, just like I do. Their mission is to create a truly private payment network that is permissionless, decentralized, and secure. It uses Zcash's sapling protocol for faster shielded transactions, but in addition to that, the Arrow devs have actually modified the protocol for even better performance. Sapling allows more efficient mobile and services usage of shielded Z addresses. As far as the project goes, there was no pre-mine, airdrop, or ICO, but there is a 4.8% founders reward per block that decreases to 0% over 8 years. And one thing that I do like about the project that they are doing is they do have quarterly updates, which is kind of nice. They do these quarterly updates to keep the community abreast with what's going on with the project. Their last one was in October for the last quarter of the year, October, November, December. So they talk about what's going on here with the project, where they're at with their roadmap, and you can see on this particular one, which I like. I don't know if they just took this request from me or not. Probably not. It's probably just a common thing. But I was requesting. I had mentioned on previous streams, like, hey, it would be nice to know which ones were completed, right? Because people that aren't just literally on top of the project might not know what's next and what has been completed, even though it says like Q3 here. But now you can see that it is actually checked off, like these are done, right? So this is what they're working on this month. Mobile app launch, Trust Wallet, and hardware wallet integration, a web wallet. They want one merchant to be accepting Arrow, and then some mining services integrations. That's what's coming up on the roadmap, or what they're working on right now, I guess. So if you like content like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on anything. And you also want to follow me on Twitter, because over here I keep you up to date with what's going on the channel. So follow me over there as well as SavageMine on both. It's YouTube SavageMine and Twitter SavageMine. All one word, SavageMine. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? They've updated their website. At first, whenever they first launched, it was just a real super basic website, but they've got a lot of data in here. So if you want to try to figure out, what the project is about, or do a little bit of research on them, I suggest you go to ArrowChain.io, because all the information is there now. They got the white paper. They actually have a support section here, which is nice. It looks like this. Talks about some of the common things, which actually is funny because that's what's happening to me right now. I have a stuck wallet, not syncing again. So this is something that has been ongoing now. They do have wallet updates, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So check out their website if you want to learn more about the project. And due to some the wallet syncing problems that I just described, they did come out with a BOOTSTRAP file that will help with synchronizations. You know, it'll ease the pain a little bit. Let's see, I think I can paste this probably into the chat, but it looks like, yeah, so like here's the BOOTSTRAP file, and you have to kind of have the link in order to get to it, because I don't think it's accessible from the website. I don't think you can navigate through here and just find it, find a link to it, even in support. Well, maybe in support. Let's see. Oh, yep, here it is right here. Okay, so this is kind of new. That little support option is kind of new. So it looks like they've added it. So now you can just come in here and grab it from here. So that's cool. That was a good ad by the devs or the webmaster. And if you want to learn a little bit more about how to actually implement this, they've got really great instructions here, but I did do a video on it as well. It is called Use the ARROWCHAIN Bootstrap on a Stuck Desktop Wallet, Not Syncing. So if you want to check that out, walk through the process. Not a real long video, it's only 23 minutes. That's super short for me, as you all know. So anyway, so yeah, check out that video. It walks you through everything about the BOOTSTRAP file and how to implement it. Now, as far as mining information goes, they use the EQUIHASH 192.7, which is also called EQUIHASH Heavy. It's fairly new. The circulating supply is just over 21 million. The max supply is 210 million, which is 10 times BTC and Zcash. They have 45-second block times. I believe, yeah, right here on coin calculators, don't trust this block reward right here, because you can see right here that even though it is updating, it's not listed. I don't think that they update it the way that they should as far as like block rewards and stuff goes, because this says 1 and the block reward is actually 70 right now. So yeah, don't look at that right there. And they also have 0 volume and some other stuff going on in here. But the reason I pointed to coin calculators is they're not on what to mine yet. So you can't really use this to find out anything about Arrow, right? They're just not over there yet. I suspect they will be at some point, but they're just not there yet. So that's why I went to coincalculators.io. So again, the block reward is 70 right now, not 1. And they do have halvenings or halvings. It depends on who you are and who you ask as to whether or not it's halvings or halvenings. I don't know. I think it's halvening, but whatever. That's every 4 years for Arrow. And they have a really cool, let me see if I can find this real quick. They have a cool mining reward distribution. And their actual, yeah, I noticed something too. Their Bitcoin Talk thread is pretty solid as far as the information that's on here. And it actually has some stuff on here that's not on the website, which is kind of odd. Usually everything that's on here is on the website. And it probably is in some place, but it's like, this is like graphic. What do they call these things? Like, even this one even has Libra on it. It's kind of funny. But I can't remember the name, what they call these things. Infographics, I think, something like that. So it's got some descriptions about how it all works and everything, but what's cool is they've got the mining reward system. It shows year 1. It's progressive or regressive. I don't know how to look at it, but it changes from year to year. You can see right here. Oh, see, halvening. I don't know if that's right or not. I've heard both, so I don't know which one is right. But they've got a nice chart down here that shows, you know, how it works year by year, and the mining rewards, and how much is going to be mined, and all that stuff, right? So it lays it out pretty well, so you can get an idea of how it all works. roadmap hasn't changed, I don't believe. I think it's all pretty much the same. And they do have an active Bitcoin Talk thread, pretty active anyway. They've got recent entries, right? So I always like to jump to the last page and see what the most recent entries are. And it looks like they're staying active over there as well. So they're talking about the updates to the wallets and things that are going on there. All right, so as far as some other updates, they were recently added to LuxGate. They met the requirement to be added. I'm not real familiar with this. I know it's a masternode. Lux Core, I think, is the actual coin, and it's a masternode situation where they had to get 16,120, I believe, to meet the requirement for being listed. And not listed, but well, I guess it's going to have something to do with their future exchange, I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't know that much about it. But I know that right now they're accumulating some passive income off of this masternode that they have set up. I believe the community donated the Lux to set this up for Arrow. So like right here is the address that you would send Lux to in order to get them over the minimum requirement to set up a masternode so that they can have this passive income. And the passive income is for the Arrow devs to support the project. Okay, so that's the way that works. So that was kind of cool that they got that done. And some other things that they got going on is new wallets. So if we go back over to their website, we will just go to wallet right here. You can probably click get the wallet there. And I think this is something that I've noticed. I don't remember. Now there's basically, now I guess there's 3. How do those cool people do it? They say 3 like how do they do it? Oh, like that. That's it. There's 3 different wallets. There's Quiver, which is the desktop like graphical user interface. Then there's the Arrow wallet, the regular Arrow wallet, which is the command line interface or silly wallet. And then now they have a Quiver Lite, which I'm kind of interested in. I want to see what that's all about. So I guess it looks like they have 3, and then they're also, according to their roadmap, they're also looking at a web wallet, if I remember right. So let's check that out real quick to make sure that I'm not speaking incorrectly there. I'm pretty sure that that's what it said. Yeah, web wallet right here. Now, I guess that's not the Quiver Lite that they're talking about there. I think the Quiver Lite is an actual app. So I haven't done any like research other than the little stuff that I was just talking about. So the whole wallet thing is going to be real-time, live, actual troubleshooting and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's get to it, because I want to actually go through the mining and you know, using Hashr8 OS probably, and kind of wanted to look at that. So enough talking. Let's see if we can figure out this wallet situation here. Let me check the chat, see what's going on over here. What's up, Red Panda? All right, cool, man. Thanks for doing that. What's up, John Axe? All right, let's see if we can figure out this wallet situation here. All right, so it looks like I fired this up quite a few minutes ago, I would say an hour ago, and I noticed that it was kind of hung up. So I believe if we go over here to support, we'll follow these instructions here. Fixing stuck wallets, right? So I'm going to close Quiver. And I've noticed there's some issues with versioning and things like that as far as what it displays up here. This is 0.1.5. And then if you went to help and about, I believe it would tell you it was 0.1.1 or something like that. So it just seems like all the little checkboxes aren't being met whenever they do an update, right? As far as keeping everything correct as far as the version numbers. So you got to just keep that in mind whenever you're dealing with this particular wallet situation here. All right, so let me slide this over here so I can navigate a little bit better. All right, so here is my wallet location. I've got chain state blocks. That's the actual blockchain data there. I've got an arrow.conf file here. This is the actual wallet. And then I've got a bunch of wallets, or I'm sorry, this is the actual wallet executable, the actual desktop wallet executable, GUI wallet. And see if I got what. Okay, so there's the Bootstrap. I don't know if I have an updated one. Nope, it's not even in there. Here's the Bootstrap right here. It was November 16th was the last time it was made. So we would have to check to see if they've got a newer one. Normally, you know, you would update it from time to time, like probably maybe once a month, so that at the most, if you use the most recent file, you would only be behind on the blockchain synchronization by 1 month. So I don't know if they're doing that, and it's not even 1 month since then anyway. So I'm guessing that the Bootstrap file is probably going to have the same date as far as the creation date and stuff. I mean, you can look at the properties and figure this out. So, all right. So I want to back up. It says to back up the wallet.dat. Now in my case, I've got a bunch because I was playing around with different tests and stuff like that. So I'm just going to copy these. And if you were to do this the most correct way, you would do a backup on a different drive, because if you think about what's happening here, I'm basically backing up the file to the same exact drive. And if the drive was to go bad, then I would lose both the wallet and wallet.dat files. So don't do what I'm doing and actually put it on a different drive, like a thumb drive or something like that. Make sure it's encrypted too as well. So I'm just going to copy my wallet.dat file. Now in your case, you'll probably only have the one, but just kind of ignore this. It's just all my different wallets that I play with this particular project here. All right, so we are here. We've already done that part. Now it says to download the Arrow Bootstrap, save the file somewhere so that you can reuse it later without needing to download it again, which is basically what I did. You saw it in my folder there. So I'm going to click it, and I want to see, and it's not going to tell us what the date is on it, but it doesn't have any indication that it was updated. So I am going to make an assumption here that the one that I already have right here is okay, and that this is updated enough, and it should be. It's only a month behind. So so we've got that. Then we're going to skip down to Windows, because that's what I'm using, and it says to delete everything except for ArrowConf, wallet.dat, and Quiver. Oh, Quiver. Oh, okay. So it looks like Quiver Lite has a different wallet. Okay, cool. That's neat. So we might look at Quiver Lite here in a minute. But in this case, we're just going to do these two. So we would delete everything except for ArrowConf and wallet.dat. Okay, so in my case, I need to, let's see, I need to delete that, or delete everything. But see, I wouldn't do this because I have these other files up here. That one I can probably get rid of. But see, my backup is on the same in the same folder. Again, don't do this. I'm just doing this for show here. But you definitely want to delete blocks and chain state. Those are the two main folders. And then you would delete everything except for ArrowConf, and in my case, see, this is this. I can grab that again, so I'm not going to worry about that. And we want to definitely delete this one. What did it say? And your wallet, right? It said, yeah, arrow.conf and wallet.dat. Okay. So I have not highlighted arrow.conf or wallet.dat or my other files that I'm worried about. All right, so it should be good. So I'm going to delete, actually, because it says wallet.dat, I'm not going to delete those either. All right, even though they won't be used right away. So this is what I'm going to delete. Okay, because of how I have this set up, I need to also not delete Quiver. Yeah, this is not ideal the way that this is set up. I really need to fix this, because typically your blockchain data is going to be in its own folder, and then your wallet is going to be, or your wallet executable will be in its own folder. In my case, it's all in one spot. So just kind of ignore that. I'm not going to delete Quiver, because if I do, it will not run, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this just for the heck of it. I'm going to paste it over here. All right, so now I have a backup on the same drive anyway, right? And then it says to extract the contents of arrow bootstrap.rar. And again, this would probably be your normal location if you've done everything by default, but in my case it's not. So I'm going to, whoops, I deleted that file. Let me go and grab it. This is the bootstrap. All right, so we are going to open that or extract it. We'll just extract here. So you can see it created the blocks and the chain state. And you can see it's doing the whole blockchain data here. Okay, so after you get that done, it says open Quiver and wait for it to sync. So let's do that. This is the executable right here. Double click on that. And then while that is syncing, we will go ahead and start the mining stuff. All right, so, oh, you know what? I deleted that. So it's trying to run ArrowD, so we have to get, hang on, let me fix that real quick. Get back in there. Because I moved, it's looking for the daemon. These files right here. Probably only need the ArrowD, but I'll get the other ones too. Put these back in here. Close that. Try it again. And there might actually be an update to that command line interface wallet too. I don't know if there's one for ArrowD or not though. Probably not. I think the one I've got is accurate or up to date. So. All right, so I'm going to let it go by default because it doesn't say anything on the site here to add nodes or anything like that. So I'm just going to let it rock that way. And then while that is going on, like I said, we will take a look at the mining aspect of this. All right. Let me check the chat real quick. Oh no! Don't go all in on on Arrow there, Red Panda. Every time he's in a stream, I don't know if y'all have noticed or not. Whatever I'm doing, whatever content I'm doing, he's like, "All right, I'm all in on whatever it is." That's pretty funny. Yeah, don't do that. This is not like financial advice or anything. Come on, Red Panda, you know that. All right, so we're gonna go old school with this, and we're gonna go back to the spreadsheet method of gathering the data and all that for mining this coin. So we're going to go, the coin name is Arrow. It's sometimes seen as ARROWCHAIN. That's the name of their website, ARROWCHAIN.io, I believe. The ticker is ARW. The algorithm is EQUIHASH 192. I'm going to mess this up. Oh, I didn't. 1927. All right, and that's also called EQUIHASH Heavy. The block times are 45 seconds. block reward right now is 70, but it changes over time. All right, the pool and the port. So what I would do here is I would probably head out to mining pool stats.stream. Search for Arrow. All right, looks like snow mining has a lot of the hash rate. I'd like to spread this out a little bit, right? So what I'll do is, I'm familiar with ice mining, so we'll use that pool. Sounds pretty good. So we go to ice mining, and then we go to Arrow down here. Looks like there's 32 miners currently mining Arrow. One thing to kind of note about Arrow right now is the difficulties come down quite a bit. I think it's still down. I haven't like really analyzed everything, but you know, the rewards, or the mining rewards, should be at an elevated level. I'll say it that much at this point. I'll say it that way. I mean, I could go to the I don't know if they have like historical stuff on here. I do have a pretty cool Explorer here though. Yeah, so it's got it by block time. It doesn't really have like an actual date or anything on there. So you can tell though it's not, you know, at its highest, right? So mining rewards right now should be pretty cool, pretty good. All right, so get off of that. We're gonna click on Arrow here. I think I'd already done that. Yeah, I already did that. And let's go ahead and just grab, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the pool and the port. The pool and the port is going to be right here, and this is for Gminer. All right, and the wallet receiving address is my desktop wallet here. It says ready over here. It does say it's still syncing, so I'm just gonna let that rock. Hopefully this increases over time. All right, there's my address. Now, basically the items that are in white and not kind of grayed out are what's basically required to mine a coin or mine a project. So, you know, a lot of this is just good to have documentation on a project that you are interested in. But as far as like critical data that you have to have in order to mine it, you would consider the pool and the port and a receiving address, and certainly the algorithm. And you would certainly want to know what the coin name was and probably the ticker, right? So all this other stuff is just kind of good to know info here. So there's no CoinMarketCap. It's not on CoinMarketCap yet. So I'll just say NA there. At least last I checked, it's not. They did add a lot of projects. Let's go and look, because I have not looked recently. No, still not there. So somehow out of 5,000 cryptocurrencies that are on CoinMarketCap, Arrow isn't one of them. I wonder how that works. Probably a pretty good question. All right, so we don't know the market cap or anything like that either. We don't know the volume. That wasn't on CoinGecko or CoinCalc either. Actually, let's go and see. Just reminding myself, let's go to CoinGecko and see if they are on there. They usually have more projects on there. No, not on there either. Oh well, it was worth a shot. All right, so the maximum supply we said was 210 million. CoinMarketCap rank, NA. CoinCalc, this is just to document the actual website. It's been a while since I've done this, so I was like, wait, what is that? Let's see, let's go over here to, guess I closed it. All right, the Bitcoin Talk thread. Already showed you that. This is, again, just to document the actual website address. It looks like it was announced on June 19th, 2019. And the website is ARROWCHAIN.io. Mining help website, you could basically say the same thing because I think that they have, well, they definitely have Discord. So I would say their website and then Discord. All right, on the miner side, like what software you would use. For AMD, you'd probably use LOL Miner, since it's EQUIHASH. And for NVIDIA, you would probably use Gminer. And then if I remember, we'll come back in here and plug in the info once we get to that part. So let me hop over here to, where am I at? Here we go. Hashr8 OS. And you can see I'm mining Aeon right now. And I think that, I want to say that recently, maybe even as early as today or yesterday, might have been Monday, I don't know, all the days run together, they actually implemented into Hashr8 OS ARROWChain or ARROWCoin, right? It was, I don't know if it was already in there or if someone, I can't remember if somebody was saying that it was already there. Anyway, I think it's implemented so that it actually shows up and it's easy to configure and stuff. So again, I haven't tried it, I haven't done it, I haven't messed with Hashr8 OS that much lately because it's been just mining away on Aeon. So here we go. Let's see what we can come up with here. See if we can get through this. One thing I did notice, and it was such a great idea, I want to say that it was on the Zelcore podcast that they were, or it might have been just Goose doing a video about it, but he had a situation where, and it makes a lot of sense. So in Hashr8 OS, you have this wallets option, and I didn't think about it whenever I was making this at first, but it ideally you would say, I mean, in my case anyway, I would say something like, I would call one set of wallets desktop. So like if I was using the desktop GUI wallet, right? And then I would, in this case, I'm going to say Arrow and the coin. I'll get back to what I was saying in just a minute. I'm just going to set this up real quick. So Arrow, the pool is ice mining we chose. We'll go global stratum. The wallet address, remember we collected that info from the wallet, so I'm going to grab that, paste that in there as plain text, space back over it, make sure that there's no spaces or anything, or not space, but arrow back. All right, and then the miner, we'll go with the latest Gminer, because I am going to be using a NVIDIA rig for this. The Kessel rig, which looks like, hardware wise, it looks like this right here. Although the OS is incorrect here. It's actually Hashr8 OS. think I can probably fix that pretty quick. Oh no, this is on the wrong spreadsheet. I could have grabbed the Hashr8 OS logo and stuff. All right, so this is the hardware, and get back over here. So since it's an NVIDIA rig, we'll choose the, I don't know if I want to choose the beta or not. It looks like they've got a 185 beta. I'm going to choose the non-beta 183. And then save. Now if I click this, yeah, see now it's got two different wallets. But what I was going to say earlier was, let's say that you have a Zelcore wallet, right? So you could just make one called Zelcore. Wish you could just add the name and not have to worry about creating a coin or anything. We'll do, it doesn't have arrows, so we'll do Zel. You have to create one in order for it to actually work, so. All right, I'm not going to go through that. Anyway, you see my point is that you would, actually, yeah, let's see if it'll do it. Oh, it does let you actually save it, it looks like. Okay, so it lets you save it as empty if you just cancel it. All right, so you can see how this kind of works out pretty neat. So you'll know what wallet contains the addresses that you add, the coins that you add, which makes total sense. All right, but in this case, we're going to use this one up here. All right, not a big deal. So we've already added the wallet address, the mining address. So now we need to go to rigs, probably. And then we need to go to, no, we need to go to dashboard. And then we'll go to, I'm flailing around here because it's been it's been a minute since I messed with this. I think we need to go to mining. So all I did was I clicked on the rig here and then go to mining. And probably I should probably pause it to see here. Go in here, pause, okay, mining. We'll go to, all right, so I'm forgetting something. Oh, I need to change the wallet because I remember I made it in desktop. So then arrow, miner, apply to all. Okay, so that looks good. Let's see, so that modified the config. So now I should be able to go back to oh, you know what? I think it automatically starts it up too. Yeah, it does. Okay, so whenever you change the config like that, it actually does go ahead and fire the miner back up, right? Or fire the rig back up. In this case, it didn't have to change the miner. It's only changing the coin that it was actually mining. So kind of cool that it worked out that way. So my overclocks and stuff like that should apply pretty well. Even though it's a little different version of EQUIHASH than Aeon, but. All right, let me check the chat, see what you guys are talking about over here. Not a whole lot. Y'all was just chilling. I think there's a football game on or something, right? So this doesn't update but once every 30 seconds, I believe, by default. Yeah, right here. Let's see what the rig notifications are. All right, so it doesn't like something that I've done here. If I click on, oh, manage, read more here. So it's got some kind of an error. So I think what I'll do, let me just, so here's what the screen says. Let me get over here. Whoops. Go miner and see what it says here. Oh, personalization. Now see, that's so cool. Okay, so that's true. Personalization string not specified, and I'm glad I'm going through this because yeah, you have to do that for Arrow. And Arrow, if you go back to the pool, so if we go back to ice mining, it'll actually tell you what it needs to be over here. The personalization string is right here, and it's Arrow proof of work POW, because you have to have this for EQUIHASH algorithms, or most of the time. It depends on the pool, but you have to kind of it depends on the pool, so you have to go to the pool to figure out what they need in order to successfully mine whatever it is that you're trying to mine. So yeah, all right, that was a good catch there. Let me go back over to, let's see if I can find it. I got all these tabs open. Okay, here we go. So I think I'm going to go to dashboard and then the rig. I think I have to go to, this is where I don't know how to get this in there. It's not under mining. I guess I'm gonna have to go to wallets and then go to edit the coin that's in there. Edit that because it's set up for the pool. Okay, so that's not where it's at. It must be custom mining. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research here, figure this out. Not that. Execute. Somewhere in here, I just can't remember. You know what I can do? I can click help. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Shuby? See if we can figure this out here, because I need to be able to add an option to the miner. If anybody knows off the top of your head, just throw it over there in the chat. All right, right here it is. Okay, so it is execute. Maybe. No, that's for tuning the cards. Okay, so it's not under that. All right, let me hop in there, Discord real quick here. You see this part, well, I would have had to do it for Aeon, right? Let me check that out real quick. Not that. All right, I'm totally missing it. Okay, got that. All right, give me a second. Let me look in their Discord right quick. All right. It's got to be in the coin. It has to be. that. Here we go. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, so on the miner itself, there is a pencil for editing. All right, so add new mining settings, and I think all we have to do is like this. So we added the, can y'all see this? I got the right screen up. Yeah, okay. So yeah, all right. This, I don't know if I guess I did do this for Aeon too. I just forgot. All right, so save that, save that. I think that will probably restart the rig or restart the miner. I didn't pause it or anything. Actually, it looks like it is. Go ahead and restart here. All right, there we go. So since we added the personalization string, now it should actually come up and start mining successfully and everything be okay. I'm gonna go miner -show. Okay, so it's not started up yet, I guess. Now it says, right there, it says personalization string not specified. Maybe I hadn't fed it to it yet. All right, so I did something wrong probably in the config, but we can go back to, now that we know where it's at, or now that I know where it's at, we can go back to the Aeon wallet and check out the Aeon miner and how it's configured, and then we should be good. No, because it doesn't have anything, but it works. So that has to do with the pool. I guess the pool just knows. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let me get back over here. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, so maybe I didn't, did I not save it? I wonder if, see here. I'm probably not doing this right. I probably have to have something over here. Let me help here. Yeah, it doesn't have what I need. I wonder if it should be like this. Let me check the chat and see if y'all are yelling at me like, good grief, man. Figure this out. Try this again. I'm gonna try to do timestamps on this video too, because it's ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. So I'll do some timestamps and make it a little bit easier for people. Yeah, I was definitely doing it wrong, but I think I might have figured it out this time. I don't know. We'll see. But I was hopping over in their Discord to try to find it. Yeah, I had messed it up, and actually Terminal Cipher, one of the devs for the software, he specified it specifically. This is how you do it, and is basically the way that I did it the second time. So it should actually work this time. So the way I did it here, right here, this is the way it works. So I'll have to remember that for the future. So the name is the actual parameter, right? Because a lot of miners have different settings and parameters and stuff. You add them all in here. So under name is the parameter, and then the value is the actual value. So in the case of a personalization string, something to be really careful of is this has to be exact. So you couldn't put, it's got to match upper and lower case. So you couldn't put like something like that. It's not going to work. You have to match the case. All right, so as you can see, I think here, if I've got the right screen up, and I probably don't. Yeah, let's, here. All right, there we go, boom. Shares accepted. So if you look right here, we've got hash rate, everything looks good. I hear the rig firing up, GPU fans are spinning up. So we successfully mined Arrow using Hashr8 OS. All right, so let's go in here and clean this up a little bit. So if we go over here, we're using Gminer 1.83 for this effort. The options, let's see, I don't know. There's probably a way of viewing it, but I don't know how in Hashr8 OS what the actual miner option string, the whole string is, but we can get a pretty good idea off of the pool. So the pool has this right here as the string, right? We'll just add this in here like that. That's probably pretty close to what it is. Again, there's probably a way of checking it to see, but I don't know for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and look for some overclock settings just to mess around with that in the Hashr8 OS also. So if we go to Overcooked Panda's website, which is hanging off of coin2mine.today, and we go to, we'll start with the 1070s because this rig actually has one 1070 right now. And then the algorithm is 1927, EQUIHASH 1927. Search. So it's saying the most popular setting, I believe that these come out of HiveOS actually, I think, is how it works. So the most popular setting, it looks like, is 100 on the core, 1000 on the memory, and 115. So let's go and see what my settings are, because I think that they, you know what, since we changed, that's right, with Hashr8 OS, since we changed the actual coin and we basically changed everything, we need to go back in there and set overclock settings because they're not set correctly. So if we go to what I did here is, if you go from dashboard and you go to the rig, click on the rig, and then go to tuning. Actually, it did save them. Okay, but okay. So it saved them what they were previously, but it won't update automatically depending on the algorithm. That's something that they're working on. So so let's go with the 1070 here. I think I only have one right now. So what did it say? 100. Well, first let's go out of here. I want to see what it's actually getting right now. So it looks like 29.4. 29.4 at 100 watts. Okay. Let me plug that in here. I'm going to say 29.4 at 100, well, 99 watts. Just so that we can kind of keep an idea of what's going on right now. Okay, so now we go to tuning. We got the 1070 selected over here. We're going to go 100, 1000, 115, I think is what it said. 100, 1000, 115. Then apply, you see it change over here, and then update rig. You probably can't hear that, but the rig, the miner, I could tell that it is relaunching the miner at least. We got 0 here. It's funny, it calls the 1660 Super, it calls it a 2060. Alright, so if we go in here and look. Okay, so far, it's actually worse than what it was before. But you know, it takes a while for things to level out. So, but I can tell you that if we bounce this against a chart, calculation that shows wattage or hash per watt, this would be way worse, because we were at 29 with 99. Okay, so now it did bump up a little bit there. But we really needed to use the actual spreadsheet for doing this. Let me see if I can fire that thing up real quick. Hey, what's up, Bitcoin Jake? Yeah, Overcooked Panda. What? What? There was is it a YouTuber that's called Savage Panda? Is that what I saw? Something like that. That's funny. Savage Panda. All right, so see, we're sitting at 30, we'll call it 31 at 110, okay? So if we go to the calculation spreadsheet here, we say 31 for the solutions per second, or in this case it is solutions per second because it's EQUIHASH. We'll say 31, whoops, 30, that's the wrong keyboard, 31, all right. And then we'll say the core, or the overclock was 100, 1000 for the memory, and then 115 for the power. And it looked like we were drawing 107. Okay, so we'll go over here and we'll say 107. So there's our solutions per watt right here, okay, which is 0.28. So now let's go ahead and kick it back to what it was before and compare. Actually, see, look, now it's all the way up to 117. So if we plug that in, it's going to be way worse. Let's go to tuning. We'll change this back to 150, 500. I think that was at 100. I think. Yeah, it was probably 100. Might have been 105. I don't remember. We'll put it at 105. All right, so apply and then update rig. We'll come over here and let's do a copy here. Alright, so that way we'll be able to compare them pretty easily. So this is what we had before, and then now we changed it back to 150, 500, 105, I think. So we'll have to see what it's doing now. And this is kind of how you would go about testing different settings, and you kind of want to have a calculation of what's going on, especially nowadays, because the per watt calculation is really important right now with profitability and stuff. So you kind of keep that at the forefront of your calculation as far as what should be the most important. It looks like we're around, do a refresh here. We're 29.5 at 101. And it'll probably change over time, but I don't want to sit around here too much here. So 29.5 at 101 at the wall. Not really at the wall. But you can see how that actually was a slight improvement. I mean, it's not drastic, but it is a little bit better, right? So it's 1/100th better. And maybe over time it would get even better, I don't know, but I probably should have thrown all the calculations up here too. Done like an arrow section here, that would have been nice. Maybe next time. we're over an hour on the stream, so I don't want to push this out too much further. Let's check on our wallet, see what's going on over here. Boom, look at that, connected. It's all synchronized, everything's good. It still says 0.1.5 up here. I don't know if that's the latest one. Let's go and find out. Let's go to their wallet, their website here. Get the wallet. I think you have to actually click on releases. So see, it says, and this was a long time ago. Yeah, this was October 7th. So I do have the latest version of the wallet. But see how it says 0.1.6 here? But if you go to the wallet, it says 0.1.5. And then if you go to help, about, it says something totally different, 0.1.1. So if I was to make a recommendation to the devs, maybe clear all that up, get it right, and that way people know what wallet they got. But it is synchronized, so that's good. I'm going to get out of here. And now I've got all these websites open. Let me go ahead and close out all this junk. Not junk, it's good stuff, but all right. Check the chat, see what y'all are up to. That's funny. Was it a YouTuber? Savage Panda? If I remember right, I think that's what it was. That's funny. All right, so I think that's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here. We covered everything that I wanted to. That was a pretty solid stream, even though it was an hour over, a little bit over an hour. Still, I mean, think about what we did, and we didn't like run into too many problems other than the whole like settings, the miner settings. That was a little out there because I guess I had never done it, so I didn't know where to go to actually get to those settings. So it was cool to find that out live. I probably had seen it, but again, once I got it up and running and mining Aeon, I haven't messed with Hashr8 OS that much as far as like the config and changing, you know, coins and stuff. So it's really cool to do that live and see it progress, you know, because right now, I mean, boom, we're up and mining, everything's solid now, you know. So it's kind of neat to see that. And we started from like what is ARROWCHAIN, you know, or Arrow and all the stuff about it, and the roadmap and all that stuff, and yeah, cool stuff. So I will be live. Oh, today is Thursday, right? So tomorrow is Crypto Fireball Friday. I haven't drank all week, so tomorrow will be the first week that or first day this week that I drink something. Have a little drink with you guys, and we'll talk about some crypto stuff. I don't really have anything planned as far as content-wise. So it might be one of those just kind of wing it, which those are always fun. But we'll see what I can come up with. I'll probably have something put together. I don't like to go in like totally unprepared. So I've done it before, but I like to have at least some type of a plan, you know, with what kind of data we can cover. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of like scams and stuff like that going on right now. People getting busted. Maybe we'll talk about some of that. I don't know. But anyway, let me get out of here. I will see you guys next time. Stay savage, everybody. See you tomorrow night.